Hi guys and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be discussing the changes that are coming to Hearthstone, which were announced yesterday by Mr. Ben Brode. A lot of you guys reached out to me saying that it is confusing, so I'll try to shine some light on it. And if you have been living under a rock for the past day or so, I'll briefly go over what is going to happen, share my views on it, and then talk about how this will influence the Hearthstone challenges that I've been doing for quite some time. Before I go any further though, I should mention that although I love Blizzard, they do tend to sometimes announce things and later change them completely, so do take this with a grain of salt if you're watching this past or close to the release of the system, as this information may change. So basically, the format system in a nutshell is a division of ranked modes options. Before it was only casual and ranked, but now you get casual, ranked, standard and ranked wild. Both of these will have their own rank associated with them, and they are not related in any way. For example, you may be ranked 5 on standard but be ranked 19 on the wild, and vice versa. What Blizzard is trying to do now is make standard format the main format of the game, as all of the Blizzard's Hearthstone tournaments will be held in it, and I assume a lot of the independent ones will follow the same path. Now you may wonder what is different about these formats, and in essence the standard format is very similar to what other TCGs have implemented in the past, where they will either ignore a particular set of cards or ignore sets that have been released years ago, and by that I mean you won't be able to use certain cards in the standard format, and it will work in a 2-year cycle. Let me give you an example. Once the system hits the servers, the Curse of Naxxramas and Goblins vs Gnomes cards will be basically banned from the standard format. One thing that I should mention though is that the standard format will always have classic cards and class cards, no matter what cycle it is on. I think that the fact that classic set cards will always be there is a little bit broken and will be meta defining, and mark my words, a few cycles down the line we may see Blizzard changing their mind about that. So at this point you're probably wondering what is the wild format, and to be honest there isn't really much to it really. You can play any card from any set without any rules, so basically what we have at the moment. Right off the bat, I have to say that this change in fact is awesome, and I know it may seem intimidating to some people, but it actually isn't all that scary. The new change will basically create 2 rank modes with 2 completely different metas, and the rules of standard format will change only once a year, meaning that you don't have to always keep track every day of the sets available to play. It's just once a year, guys. It also makes the game a little bit more accessible to newer players as time goes on, but you will still have to purchase 2 years worth of content if you're just starting out the game, same as before pretty much. This change also allows developers to go a little bit more nuttier on the card design, keeping in mind that the previous sets are going to be removed from the standard format. I've seen a lot of people actually outcrying that they crafted Dr. Boom and bought Naxxramas, but now they can't even use it anymore. You can still use them, guys, and rank up in the wild mode, so although you're a little bit restricted, it is still in a win-win situation in my opinion. One thing that I should mention that I'm not particularly happy with is the fact that when the 2-year cycle ends for the standard mode, all of the relevant adventures will disappear forever from the game shop and can only be accessible by those who already bought it before. So, this is a good time to mention that if you don't want to miss out on the Curse of Naxxramas and Blackrock Mountain, go and buy only the first wing now, as if you have at least one wing, you can purchase the rest later even when they remove it from the shop. So, what happens if you want to, let's say, use Zombie Chow after the new expansion? Well, you go ahead and craft it, as the cards that are no longer in the 2-year standard format cycle will be craftable in the collection manager, both in golden and non-golden. Although at this point in time it is unclear whether they will let us play with the old adventures without rewards, I wish they did, because adventure modes have really been something that I love going back to, and experiencing them for the first time was definitely really fun. So now the big question for me when I heard the news is how will it affect the Hearthstone challenges, which I've been actively doing for almost a year now. So let's start with the good news. This part just warms my heart every time I think about it. Having two different ranked modes will mean that I will never have to drop a rank in my life, because I can use the standard mode to rank up and I can use the wild mode for challenges, as most of the challenges which I do are going to include cards from the previous sets anyway, well, probably. So this will save me a lot of heartache. I remember when I ranked up to rank 2 and had to drop to 6 because of a challenge, or in some extreme cases I went from rank 8 to rank 19. It was really painful, so that issue has now been solved for me. The fact that I'm constantly going to be restricted to the challenges in wild mode is a good thing in my opinion. However, if I can make a deck and complete a challenge in standard, I will do that. As an example, in a lot of my challenge decks, you will always see Sludge Belcher, Antique Healbot, Zombie Chows, etc. All of these cards are going to be gone from the standard mode. However, if a new Chow, a new Healbot, a new Belcher show themselves in the new expansion, I might be able to make challenges in standard mode as well as the wild mode. So overall, I feel like this change is great, and I was talking to my friend earlier and we were laughing that for the first month after the release, the standard format will actually be wild, because there's no Haunted Creepers, no Death Bites, no Belchers, no Dr. Booms, and the wild mode will be standard, as it is what we are used to today. If you guys have any questions, hit me up either on Facebook or Twitter or in the comment section. I'll try to answer them as promptly as I can. Other than that, I hope that you're as hyped for the changes as I am, and I hope to hear your feedback about it. You guys are awesome, stay awesome, you take care now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.